Like, the easiest way to negotiate is to be able to walk away.
The one who cares the least wins.
How were you able to build a house in 69 days? Like, how?
It's way easier than fix and flipping, bro. I would never fix and flip another house. I'm over 50 fix and flips. Once I learned how to build, I encourage everybody in real estate, don't ever fix and flip another house again. You don't pay the contractor until they did the work, show you pictures of past inspections, give you an invoice. The bank then goes and inspects and takes pictures and looks. They send an independent person out, and then they wire you the money and you pay your contractor. So it's foolproof. It's super safe. All right, so the top 3 benefits to build from the ground up. 1, the cost. You're going to save so much money. Contractors are going to rob you. Hard money lenders are already going to rob you. If that property doesn't sell, you got to take a loss. So all that work you did, you can potentially take a loss. The ability to lose is so much higher in fix and flips than it is in any other asset class in real estate. African Americans at one point owned 14% of all affordable and available land in the United States. Today, we are down to 1.3% ownership of land. We didn't know how to protect it. We didn't know how to pass properties down. That's the foundation. Everything is on land. That's the resource that was the real definition of freedom, right? Like, as slaves, when you're free, if you don't own land, you really not free. Freedom came with land ownership.
Welcome back to another episode. My name is Cody. This is Motion and Success, and I got my co-host with me today.
Yeah, it's Ayo, and we got a returning guest. Our first guest, actually, bro.
Our first guest, the guest that definitely has been playing a huge role and impact in our success. For Motion and Success, Charles Noonan, definitely, as you guys heard, literally starting off the episode with some testimonials, some receipts, people, taking their family to another level.
Yep.
And definitely want to say appreciate you again, Charles.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely coming back with another banger right before.
Yeah, the last one went viral.
Yeah, right
till
before,
today, people still commenting on the videos.
right before Black History Month.
Yeah.
So this is a good one.
Yeah, bro. I don't even know what to say, bro.
So
it's like a partnership, friendship, producer, right? Like, it's just like a perfect combination.
Definitely.
From even doing the first podcast, y'all asked me to do it. I said, bet I'll be there.
Yeah.
And y'all was like, yo, for real? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come through. I'll be there.
At the time, we only had like what?
We didn't have
100
anything,
followers, bro.
We didn't even have a post on YouTube yet.
100
I don't even think
followers.
we had our first subscriber yet, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah, around them times. But you got to get started somewhere, though.
We caught traction quick, too.
Yeah.
Because people was calling me, and I didn't know why they were calling. Like, New York City people was hitting me up, which is different. Because I'll be posted, like, where I do real estate at in different cities. But all my New York people was hitting me like, yo, the jacket is tough. Yo, I saw the such and such. I'm like, yo, where are y'all seeing me? Because, I don't really do much in New York. And then they start sending me clips. And I said, oh, they on fire right now.
Yeah.
And then y'all just caught the formula, though. Y'all had the formula, and it's a matter of, like, putting it out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. But that was a lot of love pulled up on us with no subscribers, 100 Instagram followers. Now, fast forward today, we had 100K, 120,000.
120,000 followers?
Yeah, 120,000 followers. Damn. So it's crazy. Damn. But we definitely got to jump into it because I know we had about 2 podcasts with Charles. Both went crazy.
Yo, what was
How's
that?
life? Yeah, what was that?
The second one is probably like our top 5 is at like 9,000.
Yeah, most views on YouTube. Yeah,
9,000 plus views on YouTube. So yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah. Wait, y'all biggest episode is 9,000?
No.
It's
like probably
like
our top three.
Top three.
Okay,
definitely top 3.
Yeah.
One of them
funny.
is in that range of like 13, so it's not too far off.
Yeah.
And I feel like the reason why it's like that is because when Charles pull up on a podcast, there's no gatekeeping. It's game. People live like real game.
Here's the thing, though. Y'all see, like, this is really me.
Yeah.
So before we really locked in, y'all call me like, yo, pull up. I'm like, I'm there, right? And we just been going up from there, right? I just share, bro. Even when it comes down to like studio, if I could do anything to help somebody, whether I get paid or not, I'ma just do it. And I feel like in today's time, in today's world, we have to do stuff like that. We got to be more together now than we ever been together, than we ever been, because it's about to be a divide between like rich and poor.
That's true.
It's about to be like a huge separation between rich and poor. Like the rich are going to get richer, the poor are going to get poorer. And if we are going to grow, we got to get out of the mentality of doing it by ourselves. There's no way. Yeah, it's just not going to work, because the other ethnicities that are growing, they doing it together. You could see people looking out for their people, putting their people in certain positions, like warranted or not. It's like, yo, that's my XYZ staff, that's this staff, that's my and they just placing them in positions so they could grow. So we could fight it. We could do the same thing, right? And then fight it. But we can't just like be separate and solo no more, because that will have us struggling.
Yeah,
I agree.
I totally agree. I totally agree, because like I'm even seeing it now. Like if we look at the politics, it's the ultra rich, right now, and they're putting in rules for them, So like you said, it's a great divide is coming, and that's why I appreciate what you do, because I see you out here changing lives, helping people get generational wealth, helping them get land and things like that. Yeah. So fast forward to today, from the last time we interviewed you, I know a lot of progress has been made. Yeah. You got a big conference coming up. A lot of things are going on. So you got to break it down.
Yo, bro, man, I really do be saying to myself, like one part of my mind be like, I'm going to chill and just be low key, travel, vacation. Yeah. But the other side is so impactful. I literally can't stop. Even when I say I'll be like, yo, I'm retired, I'm traveling for 6 months, it just never happens.
I'm on podcast vacation.
Yeah. I did take a podcast vacation though. I did, man. Shout out to Ayo, bro, because I got to say this too, man. My growth and success, a lot of the real estate newsroom came from like when I locked in with you guys and y'all start helping me record, make clips and things like that. And matter of fact, the one that said 3.6 million, Ayo did it.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
That
one.
Yeah. The one with passport abuser, right?
Ayo did that. He basically anything over 1 million. I probably got like 5 clips over 1 million. He did all of them, bro.
But it's really some great content you shooting with the real estate newsroom. Like it's a real, like I definitely see it. 2025 being a big year for the podcast, because you're bringing on a lot of great guests. Great information is being spread. So
yeah, it's been taking off. Yeah. And my biggest was 20. I got one with the insurance Alexis,
right.
25,000 views.
Damn.
On one YouTube video.
Wow. That was my biggest pay month too. And it's hard to get like money from YouTube.
Yeah, it's hard.
But like I got paid. It was like in the thousands for a while. Because in YouTube Studio you see your money, right? Yeah. It was in the thousands for a while.
Damn.
And I just feel like, man, when you look to bless people or share information or whatever, like it's gonna come back to you one way or the other. And I always say this, like I was struggling with my podcast and I was struggling with producers. I was struggling with editors and everything. And then I was just like, wait a second. Yo, Cody and Ayo be in the studio and they blasting through, right? Because I'm at 12,000 followers, subscribers. Y'all at how much? 28?
Yeah,
28,000. Yeah. I'm like, I think they can help me. You know what I'm saying? So then I asked for the help, man. And that really, like, just re-energized me to be creative, to build out more, right? So we built out bigger, better, strong. It just makes us collectively stronger.
Right. What's going on, my Motion and Success family? Sorry to break the interview, but I had to. I just wanted to share some information with you guys because I know there is a problem. A lot of people out here, they're struggling with their credit. They're struggling to get funding. They're struggling to close a real estate deal. They're struggling to go ahead and increase their credit score. They're struggling to remove inquiries off your profile. I have the solution for you. So now what I went ahead and did was I created an AI powered software that you can use to go out and repair your own credit, not only your credit, but also your family members' credit if you wanted to. So the name of the system is called m2magnate.com. This is an AI powered software that you can use that will generate all the letters for you in less than 5 minutes. And you can send out your letters throughout the software to get the results. This is the same exact system that's responsible for helping me remove negative items off my client's credit profile, my credit profile. And this is what's going to help you to get that 700 plus credit score without having to pay thousands of dollars. Go ahead and visit m2magnate.com and start working on your credit. See you guys inside the software.
So I got inspired by Herman Dulce. I'll say this too, man. I got to look at the camera. I got inspired by Herman Dulce. I seen him impact 500 people in one room at, I think he called it the Blueprint Summit.
Right. That's the name.
So I was like, wait a minute. I want to see if I could do something like that. So real estate been going crazy in Birmingham. Birmingham is like the hottest market in real estate. I got my builder's license in Birmingham as well. Mm-hmm. So I came up with this idea. Let me do a conference myself, right? Let me just try to see if I could like pack something out, not stadium, but it's like a hall. Like it's downtown Philly, but it's something that he packed it out crazy. I was like, man, let me see if I could do that. And then I challenged myself to do it. And we have like 20 tickets left out of 500 right now.
He's been going on a crazy run for sure.
I've been going on a crazy run
for sure, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I just say this, like your blessings are going to come back to you.
Yep.
You just got to keep pushing forward, keep looking to impact people like the people we impact, right? This lady's husband died. She's on a legacy play for her husband. She got 9 properties from the information I gave her. If I could just help people, I feel like the more I help people, the more like I get favor.
In your journey coming up, did you have somebody like yourself that was guiding you through?
Never.
No?
No.
Not even like an indirect source?
Nah, bro. My mom's, grew up single parent household. I think I was 15. My mom's gave me an alarm clock and a stick of deodorant. She said this alarm clock is to wake you up for when you find a job, you won't be late. And this deodorant is to get you to the first paycheck. And like, cause she was like, yo, basically she had a conversation with me. Like, I'm not going to have a lot. Like something happened. She like, look, you getting older. I'm not going to be having a lot of money to be holding down a 15-year-old who wants sneakers, clothes, all of this stuff. She like, you got to start getting it on your own. So I'm going to give you like these 2 things. And nobody in my family is rich. I didn't have a blueprint to follow. Nobody, the Bronx was tough, bro. Yeah. There was nobody to follow. It was like rappers, drug dealers that came through, blasting music.
Scammers too, those guys.
We ain't have a lot of scammers.
Not around that time.
Yeah, that was
so here's the only scam. Here's the only scam that was going on in the Bronx that I could remember growing up. Cause like it was violent. You could get away with more violence. So like scamming wasn't cool. Like scamming was dangerous more, right?
Damn.
Cause you could get hurt scamming in the Bronx back then. Like there wasn't cameras everywhere. There wasn't police everywhere, right? So you really could hurt somebody and get away with it, or do it in broad daylight and like nobody's gonna say anything. Right. Now there's cameras and you can get caught. So here's the first scam that I ever saw on Fordham Road, right?
I went to school out there.
In the Bronx. Where you went? Roosevelt?
Wild.
Roosevelt?
No, I went to Monroe College.
Monroe. Yeah. And Jerome.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like,
yeah.
It's a movie out there, man.
Yeah. So check it out. they used to sell like whatever new came out. Like let's just say it's a PlayStation. Whatever new came out in a box, they would wrap that box in the plastic like it's new. Let's just say a PlayStation 1, whatever, right? They take the PlayStation out. They put rocks, sand in the box, wrap it. They walking up and down Fordham Road, right, on Christmas time because it's packed with cars, right? Selling PlayStations, whatever is new, they selling it in a box. Yeah. So you buy it, they give you the box. You're not gonna open it
until you get
because it's a gift for your kids. So you're not even gonna open it, bro. So it's just packed with trash, right?
Yep.
Yo, they were selling. That was like the scam way back in the day. Like
New York is really that place where like, you know, even Facebook Marketplace, I done got before. Like you said, PlayStation. Went to pick up a PlayStation. I think it was PlayStation 3. Yeah. Went, picked it up. You know, I already knew it was a red flag because when I approached him, it was like a bunch of them, you know, on bikes. And like, it just looked like he was ready for something, you know, like maybe I'll open it up and see something. So I'm like, got to the crib, try to connect everything. It was not turning on. Everything was just off.
For how much, 100?
It's probably like $350.
$350?
And then and then this is the worst part. Opened my phone trying to text the guy. His name blocked. Yeah. I was like, you know, charge it to the game, you know, but that's New York. It's crazy.
Yeah, New York will get you, bro. Yeah. New York is mean.
Yeah.
New York. And so here's the thing, bro. If we don't stick together, right? If we don't come together as a people, you're going to see a lot more crime because people don't know where to get money. Like, just think, if you don't have financial literacy, if you're not in our circle where we got people to teach you 50 different businesses from e-commerce, real estate, flipping, credit, a funding company, trucking, like there's a million different things that we know people that are making millions of dollars in these industries. But if you don't know, like, what are you going to do? There's a subset of people that's just going to rob, steal, scam. Like, that's going to be heightened, but we don't do it to other ethnicities. We do it to each other.
To each other. Yep.
So, yeah, man, I'm big on, like, togetherness for our community. If I ever could help help people in any way, I'm going to help because, like how with y'all, it came back around and it helped me crazy, right? Big time. So
directly and indirectly, you know.
Yeah, but that's how it goes,
right?
Yeah,
that's just how it is. You don't know. It's like, yo, hey, let me do something. I'd be like, all right, cool, go ahead. Sometimes people be trying to pay me. I'd be like, nah, I don't need the money. So if I collected $100, right, what is that going to do for me? Nothing. I know. And this is the thing. This is like a certain level of being blessed, favor, or whatever. I know I could say no to money when people try to give it to me because I'm going to get it back in like multiples of whatever people can give me.
You know what, I was watching a YouTube video yesterday. They said like the easiest way to negotiate is to be able to walk away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I learned that a long time ago.
Because it's like, all right, cool. Some people like, yeah. You know, it's the opportunity of a lifetime, you know. But in order to actually come up in things like real estate and also business, being able to say no, walk away.
Nah, so here's the thing, bro. I learned this a long time ago. I learned this in sales because I got a background in sales. The one who cares the least wins, right? So just imagine you negotiating for something. The person like, nah, I don't care. No, I'm not taking that. I don't care. Like, whatever. But it's a Nintendo and you really want it. Yeah. You like, what you got called? PlayStation, you said? Yeah. Right? It's a PlayStation 3. You really want it. And he like, yo, 200. And you like, I got 150. He like, nah, 200. You like, yo, let me go to the bank. I got 180. Yeah. He like, I said 200. Yo, don't come back tomorrow when you got it. I'm not trying to make a deal. I don't need a deal right now.
Right.
That person wins because you're gonna go get the rest of the money and pay.
Right.
All right, so sorry to break the episode. This message is for any entrepreneur. You really do a good job. You're killing it at whatever you do, but no one knows you. You have no social media presence. Well, guess what? You're missing out on a lot of money. Good news is I help entrepreneurs like you grow organically on social media. No gimmicks, no ads, just authentic, strategic content that converts. And if you're a podcaster, I've got you covered as well. If you're struggling to grow your show, struggling with editing, well, I cover those services as well. It's time to stop procrastinating and take action immediately. Click the link down below and book a call with me where we're going to sit down and talk one-on-one, and we're going to start helping you grow and create some motion and success, but more importantly, get you some leads that will convert into dollars. So what are you waiting for? Your audience is waiting for you. Let's get them to trust you. Click the link below.
It's the same in real estate too, man. It's like I make offers for properties all the time, and I really, truly don't care if I get it or not. I know I can get properties from somewhere else. I know I could get it from land banks, tax liens, tax deeds, realtors, brokers, wholesalers, everybody's on my line like crazy. So I really can, plus I own over 400 already. So I really can act like I'm the shit and I don't care. The reality of it is I'll be wanting it so bad, bro. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't care. I don't want it. Yeah, no. Just call me when you got another one. Yeah. No, we don't have to rush this deal. And they be like, no, we're going to get it done. I'll be like, all right, well, I'm leaving on Friday, so if we can't get it done Friday, don't even worry about it. And the other side of my mind is like, yo, I hope they get this Friday because I really want it. And that's just important, though. Like, acting like you don't care is huge. Or being able to put that face on, like you want this more than me, so you're going to meet my terms. Right. If you don't, if you don't care and I don't care, then we both don't care, so there's no deal. But if you call me and say you want something or put an offer for something and everything, either way, the one who cares the least normally wins.
Right. That makes a lot of sense too. Because sometimes I'm negotiating with something and I'm like, I make it too obvious that I really, really want it. Mm-hmm. And then that's when they stay firm on the price. They don't want to drop it because they can see that you really, really want it bad. Yeah. So it's a science to everything. It's crazy, but you learn along the way. So I do want to jump into the upcoming conference. You're bringing so many people in the room together. That's crazy.
It is.
500 tickets.
And before you answer that, what's the furthest place somebody's traveling from to your conference that you know of?
Canada.
Mm.
Canadian. Shout out to all my Canadian followers, man. Canada is big in my community. The reason being, they don't have as many opportunities to get properties for $200, $300, $400, $500. They don't have opportunities to get land like that. I don't think they have land banks. I don't know how they do how they give out or sell properties where people don't pay the taxes on, or properties that are like abandoned. But they understand the value of owning land, the value of owning real estate. They go crazy in my program.
Really?
I got a guy named Martirion. He bought 11 properties for $300 in Michigan. He sold them for $3,300 each to people in Canada, in his community. So as soon as he did that, so that's $33,000. He went back and got 12 more. So once he joined my community, I showed him exactly where to get the properties dirt cheap. He's just scooping properties and selling them, just grabbing them and just selling them to people in Canada.
Wow,
that's crazy. Wait, you said 11 properties for $300 each?
Yeah. So he spent $3,300. He made $33,000.
God damn.
But y'all know know what we do, bro. So you just heard the lady, right?
Yeah.
It's just information, man.
It's information.
It's information that's out there. Land banks are the key. Tax deed auctions are key. But I like land banks better because you don't there's no liens or anything on them. You know that you're getting those properties free and clear.
Yeah. So in at the conference in Birmingham, you having all these people in the room, and they're all going to be getting properties and also building.
Yeah, bro, I got my builder's license.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you, bro. That was big. So again, I like to be able to have the I don't care, I don't need anything mindset, right? Being born and raised in New York, we kind of like to stand on our own. We're hardened because of how we were raised in New York, right? It's like we kind of insulate when we do stuff. So I built the conference out, and I only have 2 guest speakers for the conference. Well, there's a host. Shout out to Melanie Sanders. She's the host. And then there's LaVon Idolette. She is like the trust attorney. She's an SEC attorney. I don't know if she wants this information out there, but I would tell it. No, she kind of told when she spoke on a call. She owns a bank. She owns a mortgage company. So those are the only 2 people I have. So I really have one person who's going to speak. The conference, it was the idea of it was for me to share my resources. So Birmingham is like one of the hottest towns in the United States, right? So I started buying a bunch of properties there. Started going crazy in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I got my builders. We built a house in 69 days, $169,000 from the ground up.
169,000
from the ground up. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
69 days.
Did you sell it or are you keeping it?
Now I have it. Somebody in my community opens group homes.
Yeah.
So we're in like the final phase of doing the paperwork to open a group home. So in Birmingham, you got to do like phase 1 training, phase 2 training, and then you do your application. So I'm actually allowing her to open a group home. Like we'll split it. She's going to do the admin part.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's going to be crazy.
So all of that through a house you bought, well, you built in 69 days for $169,000.
Yeah.
Now you're going to start a group home in it and make money from that too?
Yeah, so the population, it's IDD. It's individuals that are developmentally delayed. It's more passion plus or purpose plus profit, right? You're helping people that have that are developmentally delayed, but they pay a lot. Like I think it's Medicaid who pays a lot for them, for housing for them. Birmingham doesn't have a lot of places like that, a lot of homes for them to go to. Once they age out of like their younger, it's not like a group home, but like their younger situation, they don't really have a lot of places to go. So she convinced me. She's like, Charles, let me please open one. She's been doing the research and she's like, they just don't have a place to go. So I'm like, all right, we could do it. You know?
So in this case with a property like that, are you guys doing like by the room? Like
Yeah. You rent them out. You rent them the rooms, but you have to staff it. So you have to have it has to be staffed 24 hours a day. The piece of land that I have can hold 3 houses on it.
Okay.
I built one. Once it gets licensed, I'll build the other 2.
Yeah.
And then we'll have 369 rooms there. And they pay a ton, bro. I'm talking like a lot. A lot per room. But you got to have it staffed. So you have to have a nurse. You have to have, based on their developmental disability, will tell you the staff ratio that you can have. So some people may need like 1 person per person, like 1 team member per person. Some may need 1 to 3. So they may not need, like in essence, 3 people could have a non-severe developmental disability, and 1 person can kind of work with them or staff them.
Yeah.
Right. If it's severe, which would pay more, it would be 1-to-1. So if there's 3 severe people with developmental disabilities, each person would have to have a staff, but the money far outweighs like $20 an hour. You know, it's like serious bread.
Damn. I want to ask, like, how were you able to build a house in 69 days? Like, how?
It's way easier than fix and flipping, bro. I would never fix and flip another house. I'm over 50 fix and flips. Once I learned how to build, I encourage everybody in real estate, don't ever fix and flip another house again. If you just think of like housing, renovations, right? let's just say a roof, for example.
Yeah.
If you buy a vacant house if you buy a fix and flip house, the traditional house that everybody's out here buying, and you have to renovate it, just the roof, you have to take it off. You got to take off the old shingles. You got to take off the vapor retarder plastic. You got to take off the OSB boards. You got to probably strip it down to the framing. Then you have to put it back, right? You got to put new boards because they might have holes in them. New boards, new sheathing, new shingles, right? That's double the work. When I did my house, concrete and framing took 3 days. Really? Because they're just putting it up. They're not. There's no taking apart and then redoing. So it's much faster and easier to me.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. I never heard of that.
Here's the best. But just think about it. Does it make sense that it's easier to just build instead of redoing everything?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's much easier.
So now, when it comes to like, I mean, it requires some sort of team and like some sort of team and like, because you're not doing the build in 2-3 days. When it comes to like the moving parts of building a property from the ground up, who's usually like on your team, like who's in your corner when you're doing these kind of things?
That's the hard part. That's the work that has to be done. Yeah. So as a developer, right, the developer is the one who conceptualizes the idea. So I'm doing a subdivision, I'm visualizing it. They drew it out, and now I know I'm doing a subdivision. So the developer, you just really need a builder to do everything for you. As a builder, right, so the developers would hire builders. As a builder, the builder has the team, so to speak. So the builder's going to have the guys who do the clearing and the grading of the land. They're going to have the guys who do dig the footing and pour the foundation. They got to have the framing guys, the roofer, the carpenters, the electrician, and the plumber. That's really more their team. But since I got my builder's license, I do have those individuals on my team that I'll be building for.
Right. Yeah. How about like even financing something like that? Like, how does that go?
So this is what's dope about Levon, bro. Her bank has banks. Her brokerage has banks that will do ground up construction for people that don't have experience. So that's the best piece. That's the biggest piece that holds us from. The biggest piece that holds us from getting into ground up construction is the lending. And we have a lender that will lend to individuals with no experience.
Wow. Because one thing I do realize is like a lot of times is when you got like these hard money lender guys, the people that's doing these deals, they want, I'm not in real estate, but from what I'm hearing is they want 10 to 20% down or something like that. The deal has to make sense as far as numbers wise. You got to be somewhat of an experienced person to be able to, invest in real estate.
That's the keep out, man.
And I think that's like the top 3 that I know.
But here's the best thing. So hard money is usually associated, and this is why I said I'll never do another fix and flip. Hard money is usually associated with fix and flips because they're so risky. Construction loans are different. Construction loans aren't that. The interest rate isn't that high. They're typically 12-month loans for you to be able to get in, build, and sell or refinance into a longer-term product, which is a traditional mortgage. Fix and flip, those hard money loans are crazy, bro. The percentages are super high.
What's usually like the typical percent?
I don't do hard money loans, but I've seen 16, 17, 18%. Yeah.
And it's like
on new construction, you can get 8, 9, and 10%. Right. And here's what's better about new construction. You only pay interest on what you borrow. So yes, I need $300,000 to build, but if I only took $100,000 for the first month and a half, I'm only paying interest on that $100,000. Then when I get to $200,000, I'm only paying interest on that. The hard money loan, sometimes they will charge you for the allocation of funds, meaning they're going to put $500,000 to the side for you to do your fix and flip, and you're going to be paying interest on the whole $500,000 whether before you borrowed
whether
it or
you
not.
use it or not.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of
So
crazy.
so it probably took you from seeing like, you know, being in real estate for some time, you seen that the landlord side, you seen the investor side, but now you're on the builder side, developer
Yeah.
side, and you're like, this costs less.
It's way better, bro. It's so much safer.
Damn.
So I got ripped off also through renovating properties, right? That's how I started like teaching. It was like, wait. Y'all can't be ripping like we can't keep ripping each other off. So I started teaching like best practices on how not to get ripped off when you're doing real estate. And that really just took off because so many people wanted to know like, how do I not get robbed? Because contractors, they really don't be doing the job. They don't finish. They take deposits. It's just crazy. But here's why building is so much better than renovating. Here's why building is so much better than fix and flips. You don't pay the contractor until they did the work, show you pictures of past inspections, give you an invoice. The bank then goes and inspects and takes pictures and looks. They send an independent person out, and then they wire you the money and you pay your contractor. So it's foolproof. It's super safe.
So now one of the things is like, because, you know, I see you be picking apart some, not necessarily picking apart, but like the conversations you have when the new real estate newsroom is like, you know, why your method is better than others. So now say, for example, you know, as a newbie investor, is it a good idea to be investing in Alabama if you don't live there? Like, say, for example, I live in New York, but I'm building out in Alabama. Some people be like, oh, yo, it's your first property. Why you got to jump on a plane to go out and, you know, see your property? You should be able to drive there. What's your take on that?
What's the cost of brownstones where I live?
A couple mil?
2-3 mil.
A couple million?
You want to start there or you want to start with 250,000?
I'd rather start with the 200.
Right? Like it's high stakes where we live, bro.
Yeah.
It's not a game. I'm meeting with Jude tonight and he's like, yo, why we live down the block from each other, but we never did no business? I said, cause your business be like $5 million deals, bro. I'm not that risky. You know what I'm saying? Like when I built my house for $169,000, I just paid cash for it.
Right.
I haven't made a dime off of it yet. It's just there, beautiful house and everything. But it's like, it doesn't hurt. I could sell it for $220. I could do I could have Airbnb it. I don't even know that game that well, so it's just sitting there, right? So when I go, I got a place to stay, but I haven't even gone back. But it's just so much less risky. Number one, so if you did build in Brooklyn, right? You're not building the house yourself. So why do you need to be there anyway? What benefit is it going to be for you to just be sitting on top of contractors when if you get the right builder, they're going to send you pictures of everything anyway.
Right.
Plus I teach, put cameras up and watch your stuff yourself. So through leveraging technology, it's really no different because you get to see everything. You get to hear everything now. Like we got technology where we can get Wi-Fi cameras that take a SIM card. You can put it anywhere on your property, talk to your contractors, and you could see every single thing that they're doing live.
That's a game changer.
That old mindset thinking is done, bro. Like why? And I mean, I feel like I made a lot of money through real estate through like base hits. Just a lot of small base hits. A lot of low risk base hits. If I sold the house, I built it 169. I didn't touch a thing, right? I ain't touch no nails or nothing. And then I sold it for $220. That's $50,000. I did nothing. I'll take the 50 all day. That's a nice base hit. 4 of those. It's risk free. They're building first. They're sending me pictures. They're getting the city inspector to come out and do the inspection. Every phase has to be inspected. So I know it's built right. Then I'm paying them. So it's like super safe. It's just like a base hit all day long. You can just do base hits and clean up.
Wow.
Yeah,
But-
I don't like the risky stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna say why Alabama though? Like I know you
Yeah,
mentioned, you
like
said
same thing.
it's heating up. I'm seeing articles as well. Like
Yeah.
Cat Williams is building a massive.
Yo, he bought a whole studio.
yeah,
He bought an
whole
army
studio.
base.
I'm like, what Cat Williams saw out there too? So I'm like, I'm seeing people are really tuning into Alabama.
Yeah.
So what's cooking up over there? Like, what got you interested in Alabama?
So first, I got the plug on the land. The land bank, because I did so much work in the Detroit land bank. The chief operating officer connected me to the land bank in Birmingham, Alabama. They let me go in and buy a ton of land. So I figured out how to buy a ton of land. But before that, just my conversations with developers. Coca-Cola is building a $330 million distribution center there. Wow. The state of Alabama got $7.7 billion for new developments. They have an amphitheater there that signed a deal with Rock Nation. Like, gentrification is oozing in Alabama. There's no better place than Birmingham, Alabama to build or to invest in America right now. The infrastructure's there. The Mayor Randall Woodfin is forward-thinking, Birmingham resident, born and raised, and this guy is just all about positive change for the city. So I had a meeting with him. I told him what we're doing, and he's just like, this is just the perfect time, the perfect place. And his exact words to me was, how can he amplify what I'm doing there? So the city's on fire, bro. It's a great city. Really nice people. It's historic. It's like one of those old historic cities, but they're with change. They're with being like the new Atlanta almost.
I was gonna ask you too, because I'm not even gonna lie. I know people probably listen to the podcast. They're gonna probably think the same way. But when you think of Alabama, you kind of think back to like racism, slavery, and things like that. So I was gonna ask, how is like you getting any pushback from the community, or like is it all love, or is it like a mix?
It's been all love for me, but I like to stand on my own. So I have my own crew of people to build. We're locked in. And this is what I talk about, just like being insulated. So the conference, right? I'm going to teach people how to pick, purchase, profit, and protect their first investment property in Birmingham, Alabama. It's independent of anybody showing up at the conference. The mayor's invited. He said he's going to come. Great, cool. If he doesn't, we still having a killer conference. The community development board, who appointed me a designated developer with the city of Birmingham, Alabama, they're supposed to show up, right? They confirmed and everything, but if they don't, cool, we still gonna have a kick-ass conference. Anybody could not show up. The amount of information that I have, the conference is going to be phenomenal regardless. And I built it that way to where it's not depending on a bunch of different pillars so that if somebody pulls out, we start to look shaky. It's like, nah, I've been around, so I know, like, I need to have the information to deliver. We got the stats. We got the infrastructure. The water department is dope, bro. Just shout out to them. When you turn your water on, they come out that day and they turn it on. Like, you get your meter and your water meter set up, they do it that day. The electric, the same thing. They're so, like, the infrastructure there is so ready for this new development that's happening that I couldn't have found. I've never experienced a better city than Birmingham.
Wow. So for you, would your goal be like to have like your own city out there, or like with your community, build out a whole city out there?
We're doing that, and we're all doing blue doors.
Oh, wow.
So everybody that's building, we're going to build with blue doors. So you're going to start seeing blue all over the city, right? But my goal is really to impact an entire city. Is to just be the guy that impacted the entire city. Like, when people start driving around Birmingham, let's say for a little kid, just imagine a little kid driving around with his mom and just sees all these blue doors. And he says, Mom, like, why are all these doors blue? And the mom is going to say, well, there was some guy from, New York. He decided to impact our city his name was Charles Noonan, and like his community really locked in, and they agreed to do blue doors. And I think that's what's gonna move me more. That's what's gonna really fulfill me more. It's the impact.
That's good. So now, outside of like the typical, residential real estate, are you doing any commercial like real estate? Like, because now you're moving out there, it gotta be something to do. It gotta be.
I'm a little nervous on that. Like that's like all I've built was single family homes.
Yeah.
So now I got the subdivision. I don't even know what to do with it. It's 2 acres. It could hold 10 houses. All I could think of is like build what I've built already. I don't really know how to do anything commercial, like as far as like a retail, like a strip mall or mini mall and stuff like that. Yeah. I would assume it's easier, but again, I just be on some base hit stuff like stay in my lane for now. But I get offered that stuff all the time. And part of the partnership with Birmingham, they want me to do something near a hospital, like for just build like housing that could house staff of the hospital. Right. So that should be coming out soon on that, and that's like in my wheelhouse. That's in my lane. I could do some stuff like that.
So what about jobs out there? Like how's like the unemployment and employment rate out there, you think?
Here's what happens, right? Cities in the United States that do the worst, they get to raise their hand to the federal government and ask for aid and ask for help the most, right? So in 2021, I think Birmingham was like one of the worst cities, Birmingham, Alabama.
The employment rate, you mean? Or murder rate?
People were moving out. So violence, crime, job, everything. It was just like trending downward.
Yeah.
The federal government and HUD gave Governor Kay Ivey, the $7.7 billion. That $7.7 billion gets reinvested into workforce development, right? And those are programs where people pay companies to move to Birmingham, which will then bring the employees. They have incentives. I know one grant, $58 million, was given for workforce development for Birmingham specifically. So that money, they'll offer incentives either through tax credits, just incentives for commercial space, right? Incentives for partnerships, because the city can't do anything themselves. They have to partner with companies, with developers to build. Like the city can't build. They just can't build. They have to partner with us to build. So they're bringing jobs back. Like every single week, there's articles of companies moving back to Birmingham, workforce development partnerships. So you can get money from the city to pay staff. You can get money from the city to move there, right? You get tax credits to bring your company there. Yeah. So that's how they generate the job market, by offering companies incentives to move back there.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I was actually watching an interview with CPA Carter. He was like, yo, he's like, you could either use taxes or taxes IRS is gonna, you can either do what the government wants you to do, or they're gonna do it regardless and then charge you for it, right?
Yeah.
So now, reason why I say that is because now, as an investor, as a business owner, they're going to pay you to do the things that they just physically can't do at the moment, right? So they'll incentivize you. So for example, if you're building, the taxes might not be as high or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, this is why I love sharing this information. Yeah. They're partnering with developers. So I got invited as a developer to Birmingham's Developer Summit, where they flew in all the developers that they wanted to do business with, showed them all the opportunities, and there's going to be a RFP, a request for proposal. So first you fill out a request for qualifications. So they brought everybody into a room. The mayor was there, community development, everybody was there. The land bank is there. And then they show all the opportunity they have. So the city took back some schools that were vacant. They took back a lot of land and things that need to be renovated or developed. Then you have to do what's called an RFQ, a request for qualifications. That means submit your qualifications to be a qualified developer with the city, a designated developer. Once you're a designated developer, then they will announce projects that they want to be done, and they're doing partnerships with them. So they have to partner with the developers to build the city. So that money, they're either going to give you the land, or like, let's just say a school that's been vacant. They want to turn it into a hotel, a senior living facility. They're either going to give you the land or give you the money, like give you the vacant school, the land, the money, the resources, the tax credit. The partnership is like, we're giving you a ton of stuff to develop. You don't have to, like, that's the biggest deal in America, is those development deals, because where else, like, they just give you land like that, or just give you places to redevelop. Yeah. But that's what the money is for. That's what the money's for. So yeah, man, this is like, just discovering development is like one of the best things that ever happened.
Wow. That's dope. That's actually good what they're doing out there. You know, we're actually bringing in experienced developers to help build the city, you know. So that really shows that, like you said, like they're really determined to really taking it to the next level.
And they're big. They call it public to private partnerships, right? Them being the public, me being a private developer. They are relying on us to do the development, to redevelop the city. I'm doing my own movement, 500 people, right? We're doing our own thing, so to speak. And once I submit for the RFP, the proposal that they're going to offer me, I'll submit for it. I should get it, but even if I don't, like, I got 500 people that want to build, so I'm kind of like straight either way.
You know, it's crazy. You know, when you're able to gather people around, and you know, like, you guys have one set mission, it's almost hard for them to say no to certain things, you know, because the power is in the numbers, you know.
Yeah, it's a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. Right? Like, they know. And community development told me, right? They like, yeah, we've been hearing about your conference. I'm in New York, bro. So they're hearing about it. I'm like, you guys good? Y'all coming? They're like, yeah, we're coming. We already heard about it already. Yeah. Again, it goes back to the I care the least. So like, y'all want to give me this land for me to develop this stuff and to build? All right, y'all gonna give it to me and the money? Or like, I'm good. I'm doing my own thing in the city anyway. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, man, it's just like, here's what I learned before too. Even, I heard this like I'm going to say like 3 years ago, right? When I first started teaching, I first got on social media. I was like, well, how do you get on these shows? How do you partner with these people? Like, how do you grow? Because we all started at zero, right? And somebody said to me, become big enough so that people want to partner with you. So when you're like a little guy, like, I'm not partnering with you, right? It just makes no sense. Yeah. But when you're big, when you just become big enough, that stuff automatically opens for you. Yep. Right? So y'all got guests that we never thought would fly to New York to come sit down with us. I'm going to blow some spots up too, bro. We've had guests that we've never thought would pay us to come sit down with us. Yeah. Right? Like, crazy. So when we first started, right, we was in Brooklyn on a cold, rainy night. Yeah. We didn't think like we'd have sponsorship for podcasts. We didn't think people would pay us to get their message out there or to pay us to fly to New York and come sit an interview. But we actually became big enough to where they fly into New York.
I was going to say, it kind of reminded me of a quote that I heard, like Naval, he said, networking is your guy. Yeah. He was like, networking is overrated. First and foremost, become the person, and then people want to come, network with you. So it's interesting you said that. But I definitely do want to jump into building. Okay. Because you early in the podcast, you was mentioning all the benefits of building. So I want to know, what is the benefits of building from the ground up? Like,
all right. So the top 3 benefits to build from the ground up. 1, the cost. You're going to save so much money. Builders build the house and then sell it on Trulia and Realtor.com on Zillow, right? So you can build for $200,000 and you're gonna sell it for $350 on Trulia and Zillow, right? So you save so much money. It's so much safer. You only pay your builder after they've completed that phase of work. And then the third thing is you do not have to be there. So you can build remotely because you're not physically building anyway, right? So you're just going to put your camera systems up on your construction site and you just watch your build. It's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Nice. Damn, that makes a lot of sense. Now I see why you're so much into building. You went and you got your building license and everything.
I had to, bro. I did that for the people. I failed it one time. It's two parts, right? It's the law part and then like the code part, right? The law part, I took it super easy, read the book in like 2 days, knocked it out. I thought I could do that with the other book, the building part, right? Yeah. It's over 1,000 pages. I tried to wing it, bro, and I failed. So then I actually had to sit down at Angela Yee's coffee shop for a week, and I went there every day and I read every single page in that book, 1,200 pages. Then I went and passed the test and got my builder's license.
Nice.
That's nice. Congrats.
All it takes is one person. You know what I mean? There's just one person to make up their mind that they're gonna do this.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's committing to it.
Yeah.
Right. I would have been shocked if I passed it on that first try without the commitment. But once I committed, it was like, all right, I knew I was gonna pass. I felt it. I'm like, all right, I know everything. So I just took the test and passed. It was still hard though.
Yeah. So now you can add build it to your resume now too.
Yeah.
But I do want to getting into your experience in real estate, because you've been in the game, like I said earlier, for a while. What is wrong with fix and flips? Like, why are you so much against fix and flips? Like, a lot of people making a bag from it, but what's
we don't have enough time to go into the worst things of fix and flips. Like, the profit's not there, so the money goes up. Contractors, I'm gonna give you 3. Contractors are gonna rob you. Hard money lenders are already gonna rob you, and then if that property doesn't sell, you got to take a loss. So all that work you did, you can potentially take a loss. The ability to lose is so much higher in fix and flips than it is in any other asset class in real estate. You don't make any money in between flips. So I know you hear people say they making a bag, but if it takes 6 months, you're not making any money. You're just shelling money out, right? The hard money loans on those fix and flips are crazy. The prices are so super high. And then contractors, it's so hard to get good contractors. Contractors in the fix and flip game, they don't fix the house first and then charge you. The first thing they ask you for when somebody comes to your house to renovate it is what? A deposit.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
A deposit. It's a whole different game.
You know what's crazy? I actually had a funding client where probably a few years ago, like 2-3 years ago, she did a flip, and the contractors ran off on her with they didn't finish the service. So whichever way they didn't finish the service, it forced her to go out and find some more, avenues to go out and get funding.
Yeah.
Then she maxed out all of her credit cards. She's trying to get into group homes, and she has situations going on with her family. She's like the major breadwinner, everything like that.
It's tough.
And 3 years later, she's still going through it, trying to, pull through from, a situation that happened a few years back with contractors.
It's tough.
There's big nightmares in that.
Here's the thing that contractors don't tell everybody. They're working job to job. They don't got a whole bunch of money saved up from work that they did before. They are living like flip to flip as well. That's why they never tell you that they can't do a job or won't do a job. If they really want a job, they give you a low price, get the job, and then tell you, oh, I didn't see this under the walls. This is horrible. This is going to cost more. They always coming back for more. It's super hard at every level, right? So even in my house where I live, I could pay whatever they ask me for to do renovations. They still don't come back and finish on time. They're just... Hey man, I just feel all contractors are creeps, bro. That's just my real feeling. Yeah. Look, if y'all agree, right? put the word contractors are creeps in the comments. If a contractor ever ran off on you, if a contractor ever didn't finish a job. And here's the worst part about contractors. Yeah, I don't care about bashing y'all. I just don't care. Y'all robbed enough people. It's got to stop. Yeah. Here's the worst part, right? A contractor will do half the work in your house, take the full pay, take the deposit, take the rest of the pay for your house. Don't finish the work. Stop at 50% and run off. Mm-hmm. You now got to go call a new contractor. Every single time a new contractor comes to the house, what do they say? I got to take this apart because they did it wrong and start all over. So now you got to pay like double. Like, that's the most shadiest thing in the world, bro. Like, I've had half of houses done where they could just come in and finish the work, but they be like, "Oh, this was horrible."
Yeah, that's
they gotta
not
take.
My work.
Yeah, that's not my work. I'm like, yo, the work is good. Like, keep going. They automatically say they gotta take everything down and start all over, and that's the biggest like piece of crap in the world. Like, come on, man, finish the work, please.
Nah, it's definitely a lot of contractor horror stories, like, for sure. Before we wrap up, I did want to ask you, because you're having this big conference in Birmingham, and you said that they're gonna learn how to pick, purchase, and profit
and protect.
So can you just break that down for us? Like, somebody they attend the conference, right? They end up working with one of your builders.
Yeah.
How are they gonna end up, protecting the asset, profiting from it,
so
creating generational wealth, basically.
So I want to teach people how to do everything when it comes to real estate, right? I want to teach so they don't take losses, because losses hurt us. Like,
absolutely.
Like, they put us back. Mm-hmm. Your person's doing funding, so they're smart enough to know they can get funding. But some people are actually saving for years to get into real estate and then get hurt like that. So I want to teach people how to pick their first property, meaning I'm going to teach people how to buy land, all the things you got to look for. Like, it's got to have road frontage. We want to make sure it has sewer. We want to make sure it's an infill lot. We want to make sure it has access to power lines. We want to run the comps in the neighborhood to make sure we can get our money's worth. So I want to teach people how to pick property and buy land, because we don't know nothing about land. Purchasing it. I want to teach people how to buy it. Like, how do you get the money to buy it? How does financing work? How does funding work? How do lenders work with land? So that's the purchase part. Profit, I'm going to go through all the exit strategies. We're going to teach group homes. We're going to teach how to sell. We're going to teach how to pre-sell. So while we're building. So oftentimes, like, you see houses being built and then you see a sign up pre-selling before it's even finished. Mm-hmm. So I want to teach that strategy, because as a developer, I got so many offers on my property before it was even finished. So I want people to know you can have that sign that I showed you guys up before you even start building, and potentially sell your house before it's even done.
Wow.
So that's profit from it. And then protecting it, man. This is a horrible stat, but African Americans at one point owned 14% of all affordable and available land in the United States. Today, we are down to 1.3% ownership of land. The reason we lost that land is because of heirs property. We didn't know how to protect it. We didn't know how to pass properties down. The systems of a trust and wills were new. We didn't trust them. Mm-hmm. So when we died, we lost a lot of our properties in probate court, right? We just lost them. Just poor succession planning. So we have a trust attorney coming in, who I think is like one just as equally as important in all of the acronyms, right? Because we have to learn how, now that I'm teaching people how to get them, we won't lose them again. Mm-hmm. That's my biggest fear, right? As I just teach people how to buy and sell, and then the color of Birmingham turns
blue.
Yeah, it could turn a different color, which we don't really, So yeah, I want us to be able to learn how to pass these properties down so that we could keep them, and we'll always have them in our family's last name.
That's some real impact right there, like for real. So I know a lot of people is definitely going to leave that conference creating some type of wealth for their family. A lot of impact. That's impact. That's impact right there.
I'm trying to do a city, bro.
Yeah, you are.
I see it.
We're impacting an entire city.
I can't wait to have another conversation before 2026, man.
Yeah,
See how it looks.
You guys pulling up to the conference?
I would like to.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's
More than
get
likely,
it
for sure.
Yo, it would be dope if we did like live podcasts at the conference. That would be killer.
Yeah.
That'd be
It's
different.
2 hours away from Atlanta. 2-hour drive, Birmingham.
It's
Is.
not bad.
Do they have a major airport in Alabama?
Yeah, they do.
do?
Yeah, I think it's called
International?
Shuttlesfield. Yeah, but with the conference, we packed it out, bro. Like, it's hard to get a flight now. So,
Seriously?
yeah,
It's packed.
Yo,
Bro, it's like 20
500 people. Plus, there's like a mixer that we're doing Friday night. It's so the flights from New York definitely been sold out, right? So we're big in our community is pretty big in the tri-state. Those been sold out. So what people are doing is flying to Atlanta and driving 2 hours.
Damn.
Alabama is central, so you actually get that hour back. So you leave at 4, you'll get there at 5, but it's really like Eastern time 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they in the community, they are flying together. They renting cars together, like minivans and SUVs. They renting them together. Some are getting rooms and Airbnbs together.
Yeah.
Like community is so powerful, man. It's and I wake up to seeing these messages every day.
Wow.
People buying properties, all the time, right? People selling for big profits, and then I get to see community where we actually can come together as a community and function like we should be functioning. And I just woke up this morning, one morning, man, and I just put, I love to see this.
Yeah.
I just replied back to them, like, because I was seeing, like, they getting together, they getting cars, they, like, chipping in for stuff, they're pulling resources. I was like, man, this is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some real stuff right there.
Some good stuff to see.
And
for
before
sure.
and we definitely gonna wrap up, but why? Like, I just gotta ask you, bro. Like, why are you so obsessed with land? Like, what's up with you accumulating so much land? You know, like, what is your goal? Like,
That's the foundation. Everything is on land. That's the resource that was the real definition of freedom, right? Like, as slaves, when you're free, if you don't own land, you're really not free, right? Freedom came with land ownership. And then when you think about it, just think in today's world, right? If we could live rent free, or like you owned your house where you live, that comes with a sense of freedom, because you're not now in the rat race where you got to pay mortgage, you got to pay rent, you got to pay bills. Like, that's your freedom. You just imagine, like, the houses I have, right? I don't have any mortgages on them. I could make money this month. I could not make money. COVID was peaceful to me. COVID was peaceful, bro, because I was like, I didn't have any stress of like, damn, I got to make money. I got to pay my bills. I'm losing my job. Like, I didn't have none of that. It was more like, damn, I get to chill with my kids. We was playing
basketball.
We was playing basketball in the house, football in the house. What's the cornhole? Like, cornhole we played every single day where you throw the sandbags.
Oh, okay.
So y'all saw in my basement the red and blue thing with the sandbags. Yeah. So like COVID, like it was a positive for me because I had no financial worry. So a lot of what I do, man, I want to teach us how to buy land because there's so much available land, but that's really like the key to freedom. Nice. You could buy land, you build your house, you don't got to pay some fancy builder who charging double for a house that he built. You can buy and build your own and save so much money. And then that's where our freedom is, ownership.
100%. I totally agree. I totally agree. But this was a great one, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, this was a great one.
Yeah.
I know by the time the episode released, the tickets is probably gonna be gone, man. So what you want to leave? Got like 20 more.
Yeah.
So it's almost
we're
done.
way ahead too.
You know,
we're way, because a lot of times things don't sell out until like the last week. Like our people normally are last minute consumers, right?
Yeah.
Even with challenges, I get 500 people, 400 be the last 2 weeks, be the last week, right? So I know it's going to be a mob of this, but the website to get a ticket for the challenge is letsbuildbirmingham.com. If it is sold out, if there's a huge demand, I might stream it. I don't want to because I really just wanted to wrap my arms around 500 people for 2025. Yeah. Because that was just my goal, right? I just made it up because I saw the Blueprint Summit. But I think if I really get a high demand for it, I'll stream it and let other people just pay for like a video access or whatever.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah,
definitely. That's gonna be dope. So definitely, if it ends up being sold out, y'all could grab y'all the streaming tickets. Y'all could stream it, witness history, and the next one, they'll definitely be there.
Yeah, let's get it.
Be a part of something good, man. Be a part of something good.
All right, so you got letsbuildbirmingham.com. You can hit me up on IG, Charles J. Noonan on IG. And please definitely tune into the Real Estate Newsroom on YouTube. Yeah. We up to 12,000 subscribers. Yeah. And why I think that's dope is because it's education. Like, we not entertaining. We not making nobody laugh. We ain't playing no music. We not talking about like all the entertaining stuff. Is really education. So to have 12,000 people tune into that, and we launch a new episode. I give a property away the first Tuesday of every month. I give a free land giveaway.
Free land.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know you did that, bro.
Yeah, free land giveaway first Tuesday of every month. And
they just gotta be a subscriber?
They just got to be a subscriber. It's a form. Yeah, it's a form to fill out. Got to be a subscriber.
Oh, I didn't even know you was doing that.
That helped me a lot, too. I think I got like 2,000 followers. I only launched it 2 months ago. Yeah. But I think the word, it's super exciting, too. Yeah. Everybody's on there, like, yelling and screaming.
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's a whole movie, man.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Definitely giving back for sure. Properties.
We have to.
Land, construction, relationships, everything. So this was definitely, a good one. And I can't wait to see how the year is going to end off. Like, we just starting off, some of the success of the people that does come to the event. Yeah. Just fast forward and be like, yo, I just sold my first property. Yep. Or I just, just build up the construction. And, things like that.
Just stay locked in, bro. You're going to see it. I post a lot of that stuff. I'll be posting most of my stuff of my students and their success.
The testimonials, definitely.
That just really fulfills me. It doesn't that doesn't we know how to go viral, right? That doesn't go viral, but it's like I can go viral when I want, but I really like posting when they have their wins and they talk about things like that, like impacting and fulfilling like husbands' dreams and things like that. That's like dope to me.
Yeah. Well,
yes, sir.
Definitely, it was a good time to have a third episode for sure. With the guy Charles Noonan.
It's always a good episode.
Absolutely, bro. Any final words for you, man?
It's always a good one. Anytime we got Charles on the pod, a lot of game, and now we seeing the impact, real impact, especially for our community, people like us. So, love to see it, bro.
The people was tapping in for the first two, so they're gonna be banging down your doors for that live stream.
Yeah, definitely. And we about to shut the city down tonight. I think we're gonna have the hottest thing tonight. Yeah. Tonight gonna be like the hot. I don't know any other events going on tonight in the city. Yeah. Who we partnering with tonight is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a good opportunity.
It's gonna be a good night.
A really good opportunity.
Yeah, bro.
But that's how things go. It go through relationships, So definitely gonna be a good one.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Any final words, Charles?
No, man, just lock in. I appreciate y'all. We just got like a great partnership that's been beneficial for both sides. So I appreciate you guys even having me back on here because y'all big now. You know what I'm saying?
We're almost there.
Y'all way past me. Yeah, bro.
Almost there for sure.
So the tables turn. You just got to treat people right. And now, now y'all have me as a guest, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. Appreciate you as well, man.
Charles on for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely. So this was another episode. You was about to say something?
Nah.
This was another episode of Motion and Success. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do the do. Make sure you go into that live stream because listen, this is gonna be a good episode. This is gonna be a good event, but this was a great episode. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. All right, so here's a quick announcement before I have our guests introduce themselves. A lot of people that are watching this channel is more than likely small business owners, entrepreneurs, people that are looking to change their lives and make a lot of money for themselves. So now, one thing that I realize is there's stats out there proving that a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of business owners fail because they have lack of capital. So what I decided to do was I thought it was only right that I start having free classes every single Monday on our YouTube channel on the Motion and Success page every single Monday at 7 p.m. live in direct, where you'd be able to have your questions answered live. And this is literally a breakdown showing you exactly of how you can get funding for your small business. So if you're looking for business credit cards, business loans, business lines of credit, any kinds of funding, this is the live that you want to tune into. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and put it on your calendar every Monday at 7 p.m. We are going live showing you step by step about exactly how to get funding for your small business. See you guys on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.